All right, we're facing east. We're actually leaving and headed back to probably Batesville to check out Batesville for a little bit. But we wanted to grab a video on the way out. So this is Tract 4. We're coming at it backwards because you would be coming in from the east. You can only come in from the east. And we're leaving, coming from the west and heading to the east. But it was a good time to snag the video, so we thought we'd go ahead and do that. So we've got Tract 4. Lies on both sides of the road. Road basically goes east-west. And wow, some big trees on here. Some big, beautiful hardwood trees. The road is roughly in the middle of the property, roughly. So you've got about half on the south side of the road, about half of the property on the north. But this particular tract, along with tracts 1 through 3, or well, 1 through 5, I guess, there's a secondary road. And this is, none of these are new roads. These are roads that have been here 100 years, 200 years. But there's another road that runs up, starts to the west of Tract 1 and goes up 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that actually gives you, in the case of Tract 4, it's super convenient. It's great on all the tracks, gives you extra access. But on Tract 4, it's going to take you up, you get to bypass this steep area. Not that the road isn't going to have some steepness, I'm sure it will. Never been on it, but I hope to be in about 20 minutes. But you get to bypass the steepest part of the property, end up on the level part toward the top, which is nice. Now Tract 4, as I look at the topo map, it's actually really interesting. I didn't even realize this. I'm going to zoom in on the topo. Now this is not, this is just a working map that, I mean, we whipped these together when we're going out to take videos, so that it's not supposed to be totally accurate, but it's probably close. So there's Tract 4, that's the road we're on. We're headed easterly, we're leaving. These lines represent approximately where that northern road is. And we'll map it when we go up there. And then you've got all the contour lines. So going north from here, contour lines are really close, it's steep. Except when you get to the top, they get wider, so it's flatter. Going south from here, so over this way, there are basically no contour lines. So that the topo map is telling us, hey, this is level. And then when you get back in a couple hundred feet, we've got contours, and it's starting to go up at that point steeply, based on how close they are. So you've got a good large area here on the south side of the road on Tract 4 that you really don't have on other areas. So we're going to keep that in mind while we go easterly. You get the property on both sides of the road, but on the south side, on the right, as we go east, topo map shows it as extremely level, especially for this area. I mean, you've seen the rest of the tracks out here. This is pure Ozarks. This is up and down and hills and hollers and all that good stuff. So to have something big and level, and we're seeing some beautiful walnut trees, big walnut trees right there. And actually a large amount of younger walnut trees too. Probably 15 or 20-year-old walnut trees. That's on the south side of the road. On the north, we still have some nice hardwoods. Interesting property. A lot of different hardwood trees. If we can get on that other road, if we have time to do it, I'll be really curious to see if it stays with the hardwood trees or what happens with that. So that, like I said, that's pretty steep, but for a normal dozer operator, it would not take much for them to put a driveway in here if you wanted to. They would essentially just angle it. And then on the south side, thickly wooded, but it looks pretty darn level. I mean, we haven't explored it at all, but you can see what we can see on that. It looks pretty good. Okay, we'll call that good on Tract 4. And we'll see if we don't have time to get a video of that northern road as well.